When you think of an ideal America,
Okay.
uh, what do you think of? Like, just what's the first thing in your head?
I would like to think of America as somebody that people can rely on, no matter if it's the people that live there or if it's people that don't live there. Yeah, and I think that an idealized America is something that is more than just an ideal, but it's something that we're all striving for. Um, yeah, it's something that we're all working actively towards, and I hope that that's something that is something that I think that I would hope that America, we're all striving for that consciousness that that little voice in our head that says, like, okay, Jiminy Cricket, I know what's right, I know what's wrong, and we're all striving for
Exactly,
what
yeah.
he's saying. Yeah, that's what I hope America will be one day. And actually, I hope the whole world will be that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, not just America, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's so America centric, but what we're really talking about is just like the ideals that we feel like America represents. So, like,
Yeah.
freedom, democracy. I mean, there's a reason like that so many people come here. You know that like 70% of the world's population, when they immigrate to here. It's crazy.
Wow, that's
It's
crazy.
nuts. They still do. Like to this day, even with all the problems. That
Yeah.
really kind of gets me. I'm like, what?
But I think it makes sense because
Yeah.
everybody's looking for a family, something to belong to that will support them in their dreams. And I think that that's why people come to America, is because they hope for that ideal. And I hope that we can work towards kind of being a little bit more outwardly based, that we can go all help each other realize that.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. What are some obstacles you feel like are kind of getting in the way of that, and what are some ways that we can overcome them, like as a nation, as a people, as individuals?
Yeah, I think it's hard because I do think that countries are usually based off of our own individual, how we're deciding how to live our lives best. But there's also a lot of huge mechanisms that have been in place to kind of help us facilitate widespread, freedoms and stuff like that. Anyway, but I do think that it starts individually in our own hearts. And I think the best way is to understand what our boundaries are as individuals and as a country. What are our boundaries, and how do we help other people? How do we stretch beyond those boundaries, and when do we know how to take care of ourselves sometimes, and when do we know how to best take care of others? Yeah, you got to take care of yourself, and then we got to reach out and know when to go and help support other
So,
people.
sort of starting like a small seed and then sprouting from there, starting from within
Yes,
and
yes,
sprouting out, just like
yes. Ooh, that's a good
beautiful
way to
scripture.
put it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sprouting out like a bunch of branches.
I do, and I also think it's really good to acknowledge that there's lots of different ways that we could accomplish those things.
Oh, your answers are super awesome.
Oh, why, thank you. And I think that having a dialogue with and open minds to be able to kind of experiment and figure out, okay, they say the most successful people are people that know how to quit very quickly. But I think also successful people are really open-minded and are willing
True,
to
true.
explore lots of different options. So I think that those are two things that America's not good at.
Yeah.
At being more open-minded and having really great dialogue with other people of different out there ideas, and also knowing when to quit very quickly when things aren't working out.
Right?
Yeah. So I think those two things are things that the United States and America and us as individuals can get a lot better at.
Yeah, same. Me too. That's absolutely awesome. Your answers are awesome. I hope that you don't get sick from this terrible cold
Oh,
rain that we kept you out in.
Yeah.
All right. God bless you,
Fine.
Michelle. Thank you so much for being in our
Thank you
video.
so much. It's really nice. I liked having this dialogue. Sorry,
Yeah.
my brain is
No,
kind
you're
of
totally
like
good. Actually, your
a
brain
mess
was
today.
perfect.
Oh,
It was
thank
like making all these connections. It's like a bunch of lightning bolts going off in your head. I was
Oh,
like,
thank
whoa,
you.
that's crazy. Those ideas are awesome. So thank you
Oh,
so much.
thank you, guys.
God bless. Have a great day. Okay, George.